G'day, Justin Hogg from Right Source here, talking not-for-profits and talking auditing because it's that time of year. What I thought I'd try and help everyone today with is, in the not-for-profit area, is what you should look for in an auditor and what you should expect. So if you're of a size not-for-profit that requires your financial statements to be audited, or you're just getting to that size, it is sometimes a bit odd looking for an auditor because it's not necessarily something that you're particularly familiar with. We normally think of auditors helping those organisations that are larger, and that's usually, I suppose, where a lot of the large accounting firms are based around, is those larger organisations. So organisations that are often listed on the ASX, have a large team, have a large budget, and usually the audit fees are quite high as well. So how does that work for then a not-for-profit that often isn't turning over very much and doesn't really have a lot of spare funds, but part of the requirement of being a not-for-profit is to have audited financial statements? How do you go about finding an auditor? Well, the first thing is that there's a reasonable number to choose from. So you've definitely got your big four accounting firms, but you've got a lot of smaller accounting firms, and you've got a lot of sole guys as well. So people on their own doing a sole practitioner where they're doing the audits themselves. So how do you find some? Well, you can do your Google search. Another way to do it, and this is interesting to know, is that for financial statements that are produced for not-for-profits, they're all published on the ACNC. So you can actually look at what other organisations do that are of a similar size to you by going on the ACNC, looking up their financial statements and seeing who their auditor is. And what's even cooler about this is you get to see how much they pay for it as well. So before you call anybody, you can actually look up a few not-for-profits of a similar size, look up their financial statements, have an understanding of who does their audit and how much it costs. Once you get an idea of, I suppose, a few auditors that you might want to engage or look to engage, the things that you want to look for in terms of the services they provide, well, obviously you want them to be reputable. So you want them to have had some experience. You want to make sure that they've got insurance in place, because obviously that helps provide the fact that they're certified and registered as an auditor, so that they need that before they can get their insurance. So that's a good check. Next, you need to look at what services they provide. So it's not just audit. There's other things they'll need to help you with, or you'll need help with along the way. And if your auditor provides this help, it'll make the process of creating your financial statements easier. One of those things is assistance with accounting standards, because this is something that it's particular for financial statements, and it's really a whole new world for most people in terms of having to deal with accounting standards. So just an auditor that can help you work out what you need to do to get the right information in those financial statements that complies with those standards. Recently we've had revenue standard change, a leasing standard change. If you don't have those skills in-house, having the auditor to explain what steps you need to take can make that a much less painful process in creating your financial statements. As well as helping you with accounting standards, the other thing you want to see that an auditor can help you with is the actual construction of your financial statements. Now this could be two things. It could be giving you options as to how you create them. So for example, whether you do general purpose or special purpose. I mean, this is all a bit gobbledygook, but there are different ways you can construct your financial statements which comply with the requirements that may allow you to save some costs. The other thing that comes into play as well is that some auditors will also do your financial statements for you. Now, I'm not a massive fan of this in terms of, because part of having an audit is you want to have independence and objectivity. So having your auditor do your financial statements isn't necessarily the best practice, but there are a lot of auditors out there working with not-for-profits that offer that as a service, that they'll both create your financial statements and then also provide you that audit that tells you that those financial statements comply with the requirements. So they're the things that are useful in terms of looking for an auditor. So have a look around, shop around, look at the others that are using auditors, see what they're paying. It's all public information. Educate yourself on what's available. Get someone who's reputable and get someone who wants to work with you in your business, because that's, at the end of the day, for all of those people providing you services in your not-for-profit, you want to make sure that you are working with people who want to help your business. Other than that, that's it for audit this week. If you like this video, definitely check out the other videos we've got on YouTube in terms of the not-for-profit space. There's a lot of stuff there to help you with your financials and the governance of your organization. If you've got any questions on today's videos, definitely chuck them in the messages below or look me up on LinkedIn. Happy to help answer those questions to help you find that path in terms of finding the right auditor for your not-for-profit. Otherwise, it's been great talking to you. It's Justin Hogg from RightSource. I'll talk to you next time.